Hey everyone, it's Magnetic Pastry back again, and I'm back playing Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. And last time we went into the cafe and accosted a young drunk woman. Well, she thought she was drunk anyway. And in this episode we'll be looking around a bit more. So, first I'm just going to have a look around the things in the square. I said I was going to go after the clown in this episode, but I'm just going to have a look in the square, because time doesn't matter in a point and click. Well, it does in some, but not in this one. Okay, so I'll just move into the center of the things you can look at, because all the things you can look at are kind of in this area. There are three things. There's the lamppost, the umbrella top, and the glass. So I'm just going to look at the glass.
The blast had blown out the glass, leaving a gaping hole.
So yeah, that's just the general overview. The more detailed overview.
I examined the jagged glass remaining in the window. It was broken, all right.
I think they kind of put in these little comedy things like, why did you examine the glass? You can see it's broken. And then there's a lamppost, general view.
It was an iron lamppost.
Then more detailed view.
I considered climbing the lamppost, but it wasn't going to shed any light on the affair.
See, because it's a lamppost and shed light. Oh, never mind. Anyway, overview of the curtain.
The umbrella had
not
protected
curtain,
me from
umbrella.
the bomb blast, but it was of no use to me now.
I don't see how. I mean, it's just fabric. Although maybe it's the metal frame. Just maybe that took the strain instead of his ribs. Okay, but if we look closer at it, it says something kind of funny.
I contemplated crawling under the umbrella and pretending none of this had ever happened.
Imagine you could actually do that. That'd be funny. You just crawl under the umbrella like this. None of this happened. I'm in denial. The first stage, denial. Anyway, so we got. I said we got two choices. Well, actually, I thought I saw another. 'Cause sometimes the hitboxes. Well, I say hitboxes for the items can sometimes move a bit. So, for example, you can't actually look in places. And actually, another thing. Ooh. No, actually, stop. So basically, we've got two choices. We can go down the street, or we can go through the archway. And I'm going to go through the archway, because going down the street triggers a cutscene. Well, not a cutscene, not a movie cutscene, but a scripted game bit. So I'm going to go down here first. And I'm actually going to test something. Let's see. Okay, that's good to know. So basically, when you go in a direction, clicking right or left doesn't matter. You can click either. Either will just make you walk to the place. There's no way of examining your direction. And basically, there are a few things you can look around here. Because basically, as you can see, there's no sign of the clown. And you're wondering, well, where could he be? Could he be, I don't know, in this bin?
It was a battered old trash can.
It's quite funny. If you look in this bin, something quite funny happens. Just really dramatic music as the cat jumps on him. Just gonna look at some of these. Wow.
It smelled like someone had dumped a truckload of fish in a locker room on a hot summer afternoon.
Wow, that's a lovely image. But I'm not gonna right-click all of these just because there's no use. Right-clicking has very little use in this game, actually, apart from giving you hints. He took a long time looking. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why you'd think the clown would be in any of these cans, but basically, and then you can maybe look at this. This is a barred window. Could he have got through here? Nope, it's completely solid. And this drain pipe, could he have climbed
I took a deep breath and prepared to climb the drain pipe.
I don't see how, because it doesn't go to the roof.
I guess the clown had an escape over the
This is funny.
rooftops.
The second he tries, it breaks. So, well, the only thing left is the drain hole, the manhole cover. Not the drain hole cover, the manhole cover. It goes into the sewers. Yeah. No, you can't
I
get
tried
grip.
to lift the cover with my fingers, but couldn't gain any leverage.
Well, I can't see how he could have got out of this alleyway, so, well, let's go back. Maybe we should go for help. Doing things in a certain order doesn't actually. Well, I'm just going to explain this. Doing things in a certain order always gets you to the same endpoint, but it doesn't always get you there the same way. For example, there are certain ways that well, I'll explain one that comes to my mind instantly when I think of this area. So, well, first let's go down the street and try and find help. Maybe that man who's working at the roadworks will help. No, it's a police officer.
Hold it, right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind,
The
huh?
two are not
I
mutually
demand to see
exclusive.
the American
No,
consul.
but anyway.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Mou.
Ah,
I
Sergeant Mou.
apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under
It sounds like it
arrest?
says live. I cannot
no,
permit you to
I would
live.
simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café.
En avant. Marche. Marche. Anyway, I love Sergeant Moo. Sergeant Moo is one of my favourite characters in this game, actually, because he's just so comedic in every way.
What a mess. This bombing is an outrage.
It's
is it
an
not?
outrage.
Stop that, monsieur.
This is so funny. Moo is just so
Stop holding your
ridiculous.
breath at once.
Wow.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead?
Oh, wow, Moo is so incompetent.
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides,
Yeah, he's holding his
I
breath.
recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead.
And also, the
Clearly,
waitress has
the
changed
killer
position.
knew of his presence and
I just
How
realised.
many times have I warned you about premature extrapolation? All
Premature
we know
extrapolation.
is that he is dead.
Yes.
seemed reasonable to assume.
A great detective assumes nothing. Take Maigret, for instance.
Maigret.
But he was a fictitious character, monsieur. Why? He was no more real than Poirot or Tintin.
That's
Yes.
different, Moo. They were comedy Belgians.
Poirot wasn't a comedy
Anyway,
Belgian.
It is
Anyway,
unlikely that even you will learn much from talking
he was a
to
great
the
Agatha
dead.
Christie character. Anyway,
Examine the girl and take her statement. If you can.
physical exam. No. Well, sort of physical exam.
Et maintenant, to business.
Do business. I'm Inspector Rosso. Actually, you don't know his name yet, do you? Well, that's his name,
Your
Rosso.
name, please.
George Stobart. I'm from California.
Yay.
And what brings you to Paris,
California is a very nice
Monsieur
place.
Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well.
Europe
The
is a
city
lovely
most
continent.
beautiful
Yeah.
at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so. Apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the
Well, he's a
deceased
hard
enter
inspector.
the cafe?
Okay, so you can choose, did I or did I not? And you did. So it's best to tell the truth. If you don't, then it's tricky. And also, just so I should explain, Moo, he's talking to the girl. If you gave her brandy earlier, she won't remember you, which is a problem, because then they don't really believe your story. So yes, I saw both of them. I saw the murderer and Plantard come into the cafe.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
This is Plantard.
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No. He was more interested in the waitress.
Dirty old man. Anyway, anyway.
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
You can either say no or there was a clown. So basically, you could lie and say there's no clown, although you may think that no one will believe you, but actually they do, so there was a clown.
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon. The picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one.
We wouldn't think so, it's murder.
Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live. She confirms the American statement. A clown with an accordion, no doubt an elaborate and eccentric disguise.
Very well.
Yes.
Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave.
You know nothing.
I hope this little
Nothing.
incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
He's God.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
Okay. Hooray, I'm allowed to leave.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
So yes, he's a psychic detective.
Academic? You are about to witness a scientific breakthrough.
The science and hypnotism. Well, hypnotism does work, but he's more of a psychic detective, really. Okay, now I should probably mention, when Moo said, like, do not cross the road until the little man shows green, that's actually a reference to the player's guide, or the user manual. In the hint section, that's the final hint. That you should wait to cross the road before the little man. You should cross the road only when the little man shows green. So basically, you've got a few choices here, but who is this lovely woman in this purple, weird rubber dress? Let's talk to her.
Excuse me, mademoiselle?
It's mademoiselle, not mademoiselle. Anyway, never mind.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Hi,
Oh,
I'm Dorky.
an American by the sound of it.
Yeah, that's right. On holiday in Paris.
And
Some
you
holiday,
can hear the
You were
sexy
here
music
when the
plays.
bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with an hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling.
Ah,
Yeah,
how
he went
rude.
inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh no, nothing like that. I am Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
Well, what's that, some kind of nightclub?
No, it is a
Yeah, she's a
newspaper.
pole dancer.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you could interview me about the bombing.
Wow.
You know, an eyewitness account.
Try to get in her pants.
Minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
Oh God, it's him again.
My clown friend. Anyway, so this is the first instance, well, proper instance of a proper conversation you can have. So basically, you've got conversation topics. You've got the clown, Plantard, and Nicole, and Inspector Rosso. Let's ask. Well, she said, "Oh God, it's him again." So let's ask, what do you know about the clown?
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have.
That long
plenty of
story was
time.
explained in the
I
director's cut.
don't.
The long story was, I think, yeah, it was explained in the director's cut, I think, because that's how she found out about. That's how she met Plantard, because Plantard called her and asked to meet her here. But it doesn't add too much to the story, not enough for me to put it in. I'll just explain that that's how it was just her, about her background and about the secret organization that I shouldn't mention it, but that you're going to find out about later, who is responsible, sort of responsible for this killing. You'll find out later. Anyway, well, how did you know Plantard?
Who's the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Planter.
Actually, yeah, you didn't know his name before now. I just kept saying his name.
He told me last
Whoops.
night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation.
Yeah. What do you know about Rosso?
Do you know a police officer called Rosso?
Yeah, I just asked you about him. But
Papas have a knack of crossing. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was deliberate. Have you seen Rosso? Is he here?
He's inside, attempting to question a witness with his psychic
Honestly.
powers.
What? That guy is weird.
Yeah.
yeah, we all agree that Rosso is a crackpot, although he is a very high inspector. But you find out more about Rosso later. But anyway, let's ask more.
Rosso didn't blink when I told him about the clown. It's as if he already knew.
That is typical of a cold fish like Rosso.
Yeah,
I've
goldfish.
seen cheeseburgers with more spunk.
In McDonald's, yeah, covered in spunk. No, sorry. Anyway, let's ask more about the clown.
Why won't you tell me about this clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
Don't I have enough
I
reason?
guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number.
Ooh, got girl's phone number.
You help me with my story, and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay,
Aw.
it's a deal.
I have to
Why
go
did you
develop
agree?
these pictures. À bientôt, monsieur.
Fine, I'll see you soon.
And she leaves. So basically there are many ways that conversation can go. There is one way. I've never managed to emulate it afterwards, but there is one way where you can actually, how do you do it? You can actually make it so that she doesn't give her her number. She doesn't give you her number. And basically what you have to do is when she leaves, you have to talk to Moo, and he will give you her number, which is a bit creepy. And then you phone her up and say, hey, this is George Stobart, we met before, you know, Sergeant Moo, give me your number. And it's a bit creepy and stalkerish, but never mind. Well, I've already looked at that, so I'm going to now talk to Moo. Since Moo's here.
Excuse me,
And
Sergeant.
Moo is funny.
You heard the inspector. Go on, monsieur.
Did you find the victim's briefcase yet?
No, sir. The inspector gave me specific instructions to guard this door.
So I'm going to jump through the window, there's a huge
Until
hole
he
in it.
countermands these orders or backup arrives, here I stay.
For the rest of my life. Anyway. Now let's talk about Planta.
I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I
Yeah.
feel like I owe it to him to find his killer.
Yeah.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you?
He will
Tell
become
you
the
anything?
Batman.
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
With lots of drink. Anyway. Talk about more. The thing is, it doesn't matter what you talk about, really. I'm just trying to give you as much conversation as possible. So more Planta.
I know the identity of the dead guy.
I know.
His name was Plantau.
Is that so? You knew him, did you?
No, but
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go home, monsieur.
It's strange how he had no identification whatever, but I'm guessing they can take DNA samples. But knowing what I know, because I've played this game, they may not actually find any. But anyway, because he's an alien. No, he's not an alien. That's not what he is. Anyway, let's talk about the clan.
I really did see the clown. He ran into the alley across the street.
Did you follow him?
I lost him. I figure he went underground.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
know
probably
how
the
many
most likely.
kilometers of sewers there are beneath this great city?
It's not a question I've lost sleep over.
I have no doubt that Inspector Rosso will organize a proper search.
Yeah, because that is true. The Parisian sewers are massive and they're very well built. They're actually one of the. They're very well built and they're very amazing. They used to be able to get tours around them until like the 70s, and then they realized that it was kind of unhygienic. But anyway, Rosso, is he actually a psychic detective, like in that South Park episode?
How did you and Rosso arrive at the scene of the explosion so quickly? You arrived within minutes. Was it a tip-off?
Inspector Rosso's sources are a perpetual mystery to me, monsieur. There are some who say he has made a pact with the devil.
And what do you think?
I think he is the devil.
I don't understand where that comes from. I mean, does he do anything really bad? It's just probably because he's just a psychic detective. Anyway, I'll just...
What is Rosso doing with that girl?
What is he doing to
Giving
her?
Once over, as you Americans say.
Isn't that...
Huh?
Come on.
Once he
Anyway,
gets his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
getting his teeth in
Was
something.
he serious about all that psycho detective stuff?
Yeah,
Of
he is a
course.
psycho detective.
Inspector Rosso is a pioneer and a visionary. His revolutionary methods, once perfected, may change the face of law enforcement forever.
I can't see it taking off in L.A.
Okay. Okay, well, since we've got nothing else to talk to him, I won't bother talking to him about the items, because that doesn't accomplish anything, but goodbye.
See you later, Sergeant.
Just to tell you, that's the goodbye icon, that little arrow. So, well, we've accomplished everything we can in this small courtyard, so next time, we're gonna go down the street and see if we can talk to some other people. Okay, well, see you guys next time.